Alright, so welcome to the final part of our mini album. Now we're going to do the fun stuff. We're going to decorate it all and put it together. The only thing that I've done since our last visit was I added a corner pocket here, and in there I stuck an envelope that I made from the pattern paper. Okay. And I just stuck that in there, and then there's room to put pictures, and I only did that to the front side. I didn't do anything to the back side. And then all of the things that we made are matted now. I'll just run through and show you real quick. All ready for pictures. Oops, I forgot to mat that one. Guess I'll do that. And then this one's matted. And I stuck these in the pockets. These are some tags that were pieces of the paper pack. I have more I'm going to put in there. I just haven't cut them out yet. And then a little book, and I only covered the front of that one. And all those are there. Okay. So, where I want to start is actually with the box itself. So we've got this, and I've got some lace I want to work with. And the first thing I'm going to do is start up here, okay? So I haven't glued down this roll yet. All I'm doing is I'm going to put some lace. I'm going to tuck some lace up underneath it. And I want to tuck the lace in I'm going to tuck it up underneath the roll here. So what I want to do is make a pencil mark that will not show for where I want to work. Okay? And this one I'm just going to lay flat and not gather. Just going to be a flat piece of lace on there. Just like so. Okay. And then I'm gonna get my hot glue gun. Run some glue there and stick that down like so, just lightly stick it in there. And then I'm going to take this lace, and this is lace, I got this all at the Goodwill recently. So I'm going to take this one, and this one I'm going to gather, but I want to stick it right up under the roll where I'm going to roll this. So, and to gather it, all I'm going to do is lay down a little bit of the adhesive, just like so, and then I'm going to bunch it up and stick it down. Sometimes if I don't want to touch it, I'll just pinch it with the pliers here, and that will help it to be a little more gathered there. If you wanted to, you could sew it too. Just sew a little bit to it, and then that would help it to be gathered. I don't worry too much about what the top is going to look like, because as you saw, the roll down will cover the very top of it. Just like that. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all done. Okay. There we go. Now I got that there, and then we're just gonna put a little glue there so that when we roll it, this time it will stay rolled, and I want to roll it real tight. And I'm just rolling it right in to the glue and holding it down. So there we have it. Okay. Then for our next step, let's move some of this. We're going to add some stuff here. Now I know for sure I want to put a couple of these little butterflies on here. These are wood butterflies from Recollections at Michael's. Just like that. And to color them, I'm going to use some of this Color Shine, but I'm not going to spray them because I don't really want to make a huge mess. So all I'm going to do is paint them. I'm just going to open them up and paint the color onto the butterflies, because I think that will give me a good enough coverage. It will at least put the color into the wood nicely and still make it shimmery. Just like that. I'm going to make 2 of them blue and 1 of them purple. There we go. You really have to shake these up because the shimmery part just settles along the bottom. and I haven't used this one yet, so it's still a little bit. I'm also going to take a couple of these roses that I have here, and I'm going to change their color a little bit. Okay, so first I want to change these ones to the blue. And again, I'm just going to paint them and not spray it just because I don't want to make a mess. I don't really want to get this color everywhere. Of course, it would be easier if I sprayed it, but I bought these pink roses clearanced. They are Prima roses, and they were clearance at a store by my house, and I think I got them for 49 cents, so I bought all that they had. And I find that I like to use them in different colors, and since I only have the pink ones, it's real easy to just paint the color onto them or spray a different color and make them something different. So there's my blue one, and you can tell now it used to look like that, and now it looks like that. Okay, so now let's paint a purple one here. Okay, maybe. There we go. This color is called Amethyst, and the blue color is called Teal. And this color is so pretty. I know there's not a lot of purple on the cover, but I had to use this color because I love it. Okay. It's so deep. The other thing about painting it instead of spraying it is that they dry quicker, and when you spray these, sometimes you mess with the adhesive, and so the flower falls apart. So when you paint the color on, they tend to get a little less wet. It's also a little bit easier to control where the color goes, so you don't paint the leaf if you don't want to. There we go. And now we will set those aside. Okay. I'm just gonna dry them up real quick. So I've got those done. It's now I'm going to stick one of these down here, just like that. Put one down there, and I'm gonna put 2 of them up there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Put those there. And one of these guys. There we go. So then we just have a little tiny pop of color, but I want to spray this one to make it a little bit shimmery. I'm just spraying it with a really light, a pale pink with lots of shimmer in it. This is my own homemade version. And then I'm going to dry it real quick. To put them all into the box. I like the idea of the white, or it's actually all cream, the cream and the cream, and then the 2 bold pops of color with those flowers there. I'm gonna put that one there, just like that, and then I'm gonna put one of these on either side, like that and like that. We gotta find the center. Oh yeah, and what I'm gonna do with this extra green stuff here, you can always cut it off, but I'm just gonna make it swirly and leave it on there just like that. All I did is wrap it around the end of something round. I'm using a paintbrush here. Whoops, this flower isn't quite dry. Wrap it around the paintbrush like so. Take it off and set it where you want it, just like that. So there's my decoration there. I know you can't really see the white flower, but it looks kind of cool, so I'm just gonna leave that there, and then we'll put those 2 on there, and then we'll put, whoops, those up there like that. And I think maybe that guy there. So that's what we're going to do to the outside of the box, and then I'm going to put words on it. I think I'm gonna put, I haven't quite decided what I'm making this for, but once I do decide, I'm debating whether it's going to be a wedding gift or not. And once I decide, if I decide to make it a wedding gift, what I'm going to do is put in fairly long letters the two initials, a big letter and another letter, and then the and sign on there, so that'll look kind of cool. And let's go ahead and stick these down then. And then if I don't decide to do it as the wedding gift, then whatever, the other thing I'm thinking is to just put pictures of my daughter in here. What I would do then is just put her, either her full name or maybe her initials if I just wanted letters on there. There we go. I just want the color of these flowers just kind of peeking out from underneath the white flower there. There we go. Now you can see it just kind of peeks there. And then I'm going to put that guy there. But I want to make this guy pop up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some hot glue on here. Just like that. I just put it in a V shape. And then I'm not sticking it down. I'm going to let that cool. And once it cools, now I'm trying to decide if I want to actually, I don't know if I want to put these up here or not. I might like it better without anything up there. Yeah, I guess I'll put them up there. Except I won't make these ones pop. I'm just gonna stick these ones down, so I'm just gonna put the glue on them, stick them down there. Just like so. Be careful not to press too hard because you don't want any glue to seep out from underneath them because it will show then. So there's that. Okay, now this should be, yep. So now we have this glue on there, and now what we're going to do is apply glue hot glue right over that, and then stick it down. And what that's going to do is give us a nice little pop-up. As long as we don't push too hard, it will allow it to pop up off the box more than the other ones. Do you see that? So there's the top part, and then there's that. Okay, and then I'm just going to do one last thing to this, and that is I'm going to apply some stickles to this butterfly here. And then set it aside and let it dry. I just want to make this one butterfly glittery. There we go. So there we have it, nice and glittery. And our box is done. I didn't do anything to the inside except decorate it with paper. And the reason that is because once I put my decorations on the box, or on the book, I still want it to be able to close. Okay? So now, we're going to go on to the book. Okay? And the first thing I decided that I wanted to do was, I'm going to look at some banners here, and I'm also going to look at some lace. I'm going to tie some lace to the edges here, just whole bunches of lace there, and I want to put these banners on there like so. Okay, just like that. And then I'm going to tie a little bow there like that. Okay, so that's the first thing that I know I want to do. And I want to do that with some pop-up or some pop dots, because I want it to pop off the page a little bit. So what I'm going to do, and I'm only going to apply the adhesive to the top part. I'm just going to take and stick 2 little dots to the top, and stick them on there like that. And then the other thing that I did is I kind of curled up the bottom just a little so they came away from the page a little bit. Oops. There we go. I'm just putting the pop dots just along the top edge. Which will help them look like they're kind of just dangling up there. And just like that. So there we have that part done. Okay. And then I'm going to put this right there, like that. I'm going to do that with a little bit of hot glue. Just stick it there, just like that. That looks cool. Okay. And I think just for fun, maybe I will put a little rose on it. Yep. So this rose I'm gonna leave pink because the cover, unlike my box, the cover has a lot of pink on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this one pink. And I'm not gonna worry too much that they don't exactly match then, because I won't have had any pink on my cover or on the box, but I'm just not gonna fret about it too much because I'm gonna be fine with it. And actually, I think for this one, I don't like the wire on there, so I'm gonna cut it off. Just like that. And then stick the flower there. Okay. So there we have our flower, our bow, and then I'm gonna name this one, I'm just gonna put love right on the front, because whether I do this for my daughter or for the wedding album, love will fit perfectly. So what I want to do is get my and actually I want to put a butterfly on here too to kind of bring them in. I'm just going to put a little butterfly, and this butterfly is going to be pink. Now I gotta find what happened to my letters. Where did I put them? Well, that's not good. Alright, well, I guess I will find my letters later and add them once I can find them, and then you'll see them in the finished product when I show the finished one. For now, I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to put the butterfly and this pink rose right there. Actually, no, that's going to make it too heavy on that side. I'm going to put the butterfly and this pink flower there, and then love up to it. But I'm going to first paint this butterfly with a color called Primrose. Just like I painted the other ones, I'm just gonna paint them. Oops. It's okay. I had a lot of the purple left on the brush, so it's not quite as pink as I wanted, but I kind of like the color. So I'm gonna leave it. There we go. Still pretty, looks good. Okay, and okay, so that guy's guy's gonna go right there. And I'll glitter him too. Once I stick him down, I'll put some glitter up on him. And then the last step, I'm gonna take one of these. These are Prima vintage trinkets, and I got these clearanced at the same place. I got this one for, I think, well, it was 90% off of $4.99, so I got it for incredibly inexpensive, and I bought the two that were there. The place where I got it from was not selling scrapbook stuff anymore, so I happened to get kind of lucky. I'm just going to use that one piece. And I also think I'm going to use one of these. And I'm using this brown color because I want to bring in the brown that's going to be on here. So I'm just going to bring it in with a little bit of this. That looks good. I didn't stick it down all the way yet because I'm not sure that that's where I want to leave it. Okay. And then lastly, I want to use one of these. Let's see here. There we go. Maybe instead of putting, I'll just do that. That looks good. Maybe I won't have to look for my words. Finish it off with that. Put two tags there, and then I like this, but I'm gonna just oops. Okay, I'm going to stick that there, and then that there, and these I'm going to spray. I think I'm going to spray them with pink even. Let's see if it works. I'm going to spray this one first. There we go. Yeah, that gives it good color. Yeah. Okay. One little squirt of pink. And then we'll dry it. Oops. Sometimes when I start a project, I have one vision in my head, but then when I finish it, and actually not even sometimes, almost every time, I have one vision in my head, and then when I finish it, it's different, and I like it better, or you know, I like it just as much as what I thought I would like the other way. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is stick these together. I think I'm going to use a little bit of, I want to pop this off of this one a little bit. just like so. And then cover up the hope. I don't want the hope, I just want the extra ticket. Okay, then I'm gonna stick this together. Alrighty, and then put them like that. Now you can kind of see what I was going for. See it? Focus. There we go. Then we're just going to stick that on there like that. I forgot to shut the autofocus off on this time when I did it. So I'm hoping it's not autofocusing a lot because I realize that that's incredibly annoying. Alright, so we're going to stick that guy right up under there. And this guy's going to go right there. How's that look? Does that look good? Okay, I'm going to stick this guy on with a little bit of hot glue. Just like so. Alrighty. And then I'm going to stick this guy on. With a nice good amount of hot glue. Stick them on there, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the other one because we want this to pop up just a little. So we're going to put a V of hot glue down, let it set for a minute, and then we will use it. Nope. I thought maybe I might want some more flowers, but I don't think I want that dark of a flower. And I don't like the way those two look. Maybe I do. I think maybe I will use that one. And I'm even going to leave the green on there mostly, just like that. There we go. Is that good? Yeah, sure. Why not? To me, decorating is the most fun, but it's also where I'm not the best at decorating. I have issues with knowing where to place things and what looks good, and I tend to always just go with my own, whatever I think looks good. I don't really follow any real rules. Whatever I think looks good, I do it. So there's that, and then that's dry. So now I'm just going to lay some more hot glue over the top of that. And then I'm going to place that guy right there. Not press too hard because I don't want to flatten it again. There we go. And now you can see it pops up quite a bit. And you can see all the tags popping up too. So now we have that done. That is our cover. And I think it looks pretty good. All we have left to do is to put some laces on the I'm going to tie some lace to the side there. I would tie seam binding, but I can't seem to find any in any of the stores by my house, so I don't have any yet. I'm just going to use flat laces. I got this bag of lace from a thrift store by my house, and there was quite a bit of flat lace in it, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, I want the edges to be good and lacy, or the sides, I mean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 pieces of each one all to the same length, and then I'm going to put 2 of each one on the same ring there. So that's 3 and 4. Now I can stick that one aside. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I have these 2. They're kind of white and less cream, so I'm only going to use 1 of each of those on each ribbon because I don't really want white. I wanted it to be more cream, but I didn't get enough cream lace, I guess. 1, 2, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to start off with these 2 white ones, and I'm going to tie them right into the center of the ring, and I'm just going to double knot them. I'm not going to bow them or anything. I'm just going to knot them on there. And I think the lace instead of ribbon will really add to the vintagey feel of this paper too. I think I got all this lace for $1.99 too from the thrift store, so that was a good deal. And the funny thing is usually when I buy lace from the thrift store, I have to bring it home and wash it right away because it always smells. But this one didn't. Then we'll tie that one on there. Okay. And now I'm going to tie one of each of those on one side of each. And if they're too long, then I'll cut them after I am done and see how it looks. You could throw some ribbons in here too if you want to. I don't want any ribbons. I just want it to be this cream color, but actually I think what I am gonna do is tie in some tool, but I only have pink. I don't have any cream tool, and I don't want white, so I'm gonna use some cream tool on here, or not cream. I'm gonna use some pink tool on here. And it looks kind of cool because I have different kinds of lace on here, different textures and whatnot. It makes it look pretty neat too. Okay. There we go. And whoops. One last ribbon, or one last piece of lace here. And then we'll see if it needs the tool. Okay, so there's my lace, and let's get some, I'll just use a little bit of pink tool here. I kept all my lace one sort of color, so we don't want to add any more, or one sort of length, so we don't want to add any more length. So you gotta try to keep your tool the same length as the rest of them. And I am tying my tool right into the middle, right in between all of the other pieces of lace. I like the way that looks, so I'm actually going to leave it. See that it just adds a little tiny bit of color and another texture to the edge there, or to the rings there. And there we go. You could add even more if you wanted to, but I think that little bit of color is good. Just gives it a tiny little bit of pop and gives the edge a little something to look at. Okay. So then we are officially finished with our book. Now the only other thing that I'm going to do to it is my paper pack here came with a bunch of these little tiny tags here that I cut out. Okay, and just like I did on that one page, on these, I hand cut a bunch of them out. And then what I did is I stuck them to a piece of the pattern paper so that the back was decorated, because you can see this is just plain old white. Just boring white. And then I cut that again and then put them in there. So I'm going to cut a few more of these. I'm going to back a few more of these with the remaining pattern paper and put them in random little pockets. They'll work really good in these little tiny pockets, and they'll just be little tags. So that's the only other thing that I'm going to do. Other than that, we are all done. And it only took us 11 parts. So let's put it in the box and see how it looks. Fits in there good. We just gotta close it. Whoops. The lace is keeping it from closing there. So there we have it, our box with our mini album in it. Open it up and we have a nice album inside the box. I'm happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys like the finished project. If you make one, let me know. And I would love to see it. So send me a link. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna coat this butterfly real quick with a little bit of glitter and put that aside. We'll just glitter this one up really quick. And there we have it. Now we are officially finished. Just needs pictures and it will be good to go. So I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you make one and I hope it turns out good for you. Have a great day.